couldn't afford theme music, so just whistling. All right. Trying to set this shit up, man. Rig my shit. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. So don't base anything I say out these videos. I'm just doing it for pure entertainment purposes only. Oh, I'm trying to figure out how to set my shit up here, man. The great stunner, what up? What up? The number one stunner. How y'all feeling, man? The meme stocks, people were talking crazy shit that it was never gonna do what it's doing. It's doing it. Sorry, I saw that half attempt behind me. I was like, I thought someone was creeping up on me. The hedges, they're coming. Shit, man, just chilling. Feeling good. Good day. All in all, the whole market was pretty good, but AMC and GameStop definitely had some huge rips. A lot of people saying that it's because of Memorial Day weekend and GameStop is because of Bitcoin and all these things, which obviously do contribute. I think it does contribute, but we know what it is. You know what I mean? We already know what it is. But yeah, feeling good. The hype is back. Larry P, what up? We just got to keep riding that momentum now. We know how it goes. It can go up, it can go down. They could just short us down tomorrow, but it's okay if they do because I'm gonna keep buying and buying and buying. But these are the days that show me that I'm not wrong in my personal opinion. I don't know if I said this is not financial advice, but it's not. It's not financial advice. But it shows me that I believe I'm not wrong in my opinion of what's going on. Everyone says that it can't rip. This type of rips can't happen anymore. It's over. AMC can't do that no more. GameStop's played out. It's not gonna do it no more. Blah blah blah. And this is without no roaring kitty. No, shit like that. So it is what it is. It was a good day. I think there's potential for more upside. I'm skeptical a little bit, of course, because I've been in this play long enough to know what can happen when we get hyped up like this. You get overhyped and bam, they short it down and it's over. And then everyone starts bringing the FUD back like, oh, it was a good Memorial Day weekend. That's all it was. And now you're going to suck for the rest of your lives again. No, that's not, in my opinion, that's not the case. But I do believe that oh shit, that was kind of close, huh? I believe it's gonna fucking happen. You understand? We're gonna squeeze. That's too close. Too close. I don't know if it's gonna happen. When it's gonna happen, but I do believe, definitely more volatility, potential. But we do have the potential right here, right now. The potential for a squeeze is amongst. And now it depends on how much you're willing to spend to short it back down and get it back under control. I'm sure right now there's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes to kind of pull this thing back. And it can happen. It can get pulled back. It's very possible. We've seen it before a million times. We've been here. We've been up. We've been down. We've been all around. We've traded sideways. But right now, when there's rips like this, there's always that potential that this thing could just pop. So I think that's why everyone's hyped about it, not just because it went up, and I'm still below my fucking average. So I'm that excited, you know what I mean? What's up from Ozark, Missouri? I do think that there's definitely some potential. GameStop, obviously, I've been loading my position more in GameStop, and you see like today in GameStop I'm positive, in AMC I'm still in the negative. You see those numbers come across in GameStop, and it's like, for any other play, it would be like, oh, I'm pulling that shit out. But for something like GameStop and AMC, the potential, I guess I believe I know what the potential is. It could definitely bring us back into the conversation of generational wealth. So there's going to be a lot of naysayers, a lot of haters, a lot of people, especially even people in your own family, they're going to be saying, man, you've been in this shit for too long. It's never gonna happen, Just the day when this thing does finally rip and you're able to cash out with a nice chunk of money, definitely will be all worth it. But I do anticipate I do believe we're going to be green again tomorrow. I don't know with 100% certainty, obviously, because no one knows. No one has a crystal ball into this shit that I know of. Um, but I do believe we see some more green tomorrow. Um, it would be nice to see the same type of momentum. One thing I will say that it was kind of weird as sorry, I got some stuff coming on here. I got to turn my ringer off. I forgot to turn my ringer off. Forget it about it. Hold on one second here. All right, I'm back. I turn my ringer down so it's not all loud in your ear holes. Sorry, I came out to my storage area because my house is full right now. No one wants to hear about it. No one wants to hear about it in my house. They're tired of it. It's good, man. You got any questions? Let me know. I'll give you probably the wrong answers, but we're gonna try. There was some other plays that I was looking into, but right now it says no, not the time. You know what I mean? There's a lot of plays, out there. There's always more plays, but for me right now, my focus is back heavily on AMC and GameStop. Obviously, for a long time I've been buying AMC. I kind of slowed down on it to where it wasn't a daily buy thing, more like a weekly, and I've been putting more into GameStop just because I didn't feel like I had enough GameStop shares compared to AMC, which I've already reached a goal where I thought I would stop buying AMC shares, but at this point, I don't think I just can't stop. Won't stop. Isn't that what they say for GameStop? But also AMC for me too is that way. So GameStop, I'm definitely not even where I want to be at this point. I wish I would have taken some of my money that I put into some of these slow moving stocks and just dumped it all into GameStop. But this is how it is. Sometimes you look back and you can beat yourself up, or you can just be glad that you actually started investing and started making those moves. I do think there's more upside though. I do think tomorrow, maybe even the rest of this week, barring any fuckery, manipulation, and I'm not saying that for a fact that that's what it is. I have no factual evidence behind that. Just my thick skull thinking that they potentially could kind of play with it. And if there was it's just a straight, clean market, I believe that this whole week would be green, and it should trigger something. Now, AMC, they don't want to see it to get over $5. Once it gets over $5, it's in a very huge danger zone. And I do believe I've said this before. I think I said this about a few days ago that I thought we could get up to $4 or $5. We're hitting the 4 range. We hit the $5 range, and it gets very turbulent for the other side if you're shorting it. As long as this thing's gone on, and so many people have a lot of these OG shares, like some of my shares are so old. I'm not selling anything until I see the numbers I want. So, yes, I appreciate the subscribe. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I never tell people that. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. My channel is like it's a little guy. You know what I mean? So, this isn't what I do for a living. I'm just here. Like I said, my family's tired of hearing this shit. My wife definitely is tired of hearing about this shit. So, I told her, I was like, I'm gonna go out to the shed and my storage area and go live. And she's like, cool, get out of here. So I started trying to talk to her about it. I was like, damn, did you see what's happening? We bumped up this percent, blah 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 blah. And she's like, nah, just cut it out. It's almost like she's spreading FUD. Yeah. Let's see what we got going on. Hold on one second. Move something over here. I shouldn't have came out here. I didn't realize how unorganized I am. I don't really have a price target. It's kind of I can't give a price like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. It just doesn't. I do think that it just should go up. That's what I gotta say. 80% long. LG says, yep, my shares are 80% long. Too bad. Our state has new cap gain taxes on long-term gains. What? I didn't know that. Yeah, see, I'm out of the loop with that one. I did not know that a new capital gains taxes on long-term gains. I never knew that. That's crazy. They're going to try to dip their hands into any type of money you get. That's a crazy thing. But I guess we just got to make it so much money that it won't affect you too much. With AMC, it's been sitting down in that low range for so long that I think, just to see it, it's kind of funny to get excited to see it bounce up to $4 or $3.80 or whatever it is. So I would really start getting excited if it hit $5.15 and held it, not just touched it and bounced off of it, but if it got there and held it for a good day or two, then um, obviously nothing's guaranteed. But I do think at that point you have huge potential for some margin calls on certain places that would have to cover. Um, Kind of like a domino effect. Once that happens, you know, one covers, another covers, another covers. Maybe not the big dogs, but you get a bunch of those little ones covering, and that can cause a gamma ramp. Once that gamma ramp hits, bam, anything's possible. So, one thing I will say is I don't know, the thing to watch for if we have a huge increase tomorrow or the next day is, and I haven't seen it lately, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it, is when they why can't I think of it? What's the name when they stop it on the way up? That's why you don't come to my page for stock market advice. I am not a financial advisor. You know what I'm fucking talking about? Why can't I think of the name of it? My messages. I swear I turned my volume. Halts. LG. Thank you. Halts. Wow. Yeah, I believe that you know, if it ramps up again tomorrow and we start seeing something like this, I would hate to see it halt. Yeah, we see the bots too. Fucking bots, they're everywhere. Let me make sure my volume's down on this phone, man. Like that. Trying to. There we go. All right, volume back down. Sorry, my bad. Bots, halts. Yeah, there's a lot of, and you know, I know for sure. I'm surprised I haven't seen that many on my page right now. A lot of shit talk. It's not happening right now, but eventually, you know, I get people at times like this where you start getting a lot of kind of that oh, they're in debt, or oh, they're gonna go out of business, oh, Adam Aarons, or crooked CEO, or oh, you know, never the pandemic, and oh, streaming, and all this shit. You know what I mean? There's always something. There's always going to be something. We just got to keep pushing through. The candy has been big as far as income. So when you talk about the candy that AMC has put into the theater, it doesn't really show like the popcorn. You know how the popcorn came out and said they made like what X amount of money, and then I don't know what it was, but I know not for a fact, but I know believe around $75 million in merchandise from shirts, hats, merch, AMC merch profited last year. So you don't really see the candy in that in its own little profit area just because it's under that one umbrella of AMC's theater money coming in. So those are little things too that you don't consider, but here in the next few months, they've been having their own candy for a while, but the next few months that's going to trigger some things too. You got the candy, you got the distribution, they've got credit cards. I don't know if the credit card's still going, but popcorn, things like that. All these little things that were little, you know, darts in the dark to keep them alive. You know, little flares in the middle of the ocean while we were floating in our little piano top. And Rose tried to throw us off to drown. We survived. But we're showing little flares. We got little flares just to keep the light going. And pretty soon, I think we're going to have a big light coming. You know what I mean? Follow the light. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Carl says, love the shills and haters. They're funny as heck, in my opinion. More the better means you know you're right. That's true, too, because I can look at my page and I don't get many when it's kind of slow and dead. And as soon as things start popping, I'll probably guess tomorrow, the next day, start seeing a lot more comments. And I always see them in my posts, not as much in my videos, but if I make a post, like a community post of a picture of something going on or anything like that, or on Twitter, shit like that, it's crazy. Or not Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I haven't seen as many right now, so I don't know. Should I be worried that there's not as many, or did they just time to just pack it up and leave? We ain't paying those dudes no more. They're shilled out. Time to just let it rip. That'd be cool. I'm ready for it. But like I said, man, they've done a lot of things. AMC, as far as just a company, has done a lot of things to stay afloat through all this bullshit. A lot of movies coming out. A lot of movies have been coming out. So I think we're like right there again, you know. And it's not like we haven't been here before. Like there's been times where this thing should have popped and it was held back somehow, some way. So I don't get too optimistic and too overly excited because I don't like to let myself, you know, and it's almost like they would want you to be that way, overhyped, over optimistic. So when they shut it down, it's like, oh, it'll never happen. Gosh, I'm going home. So you got to just roll with the punches, up, down, sideways. If you have conviction in the play, any play, not just AMC or GameStop, any stock you're in, if you got to have, in my personal opinion, not financial advice, but you've got to have conviction in the play. You got to have belief in where the direction the company's going. You have to believe in the CEO and the company, because if not, you're always going to be just ready to jump out. And that's why I think it's a touchy subject, but that's why I think the Adam Aaron FUD was such a big deal, because in the stock market, even before I knew anything about the stock market, people would always say you got to trust the CEO if you're going to invest in the company. So if I'm on the other side and I'm trying to spread division and hatred and FUD, one way would definitely be to um, ruin the character of the CEO, or all the words you want to use that I'm not thinking of because I'm fucking ADHD type shit going on right now. But yeah, I do believe it's just been a lot of fun, man. If you go back to AMC from the very gate, very beginning, back when Lou was doing this type of shit, remember that shit? Rest in peace, Lou, man. No matter how you felt about that dude, he had some entertaining videos. Yeah, so back in those days, even it was only AMC, GameStop against the other side, and then it turned into um, FUD, just straight up FUD. Finding other ways, like, go, streaming is going to take over. The movies are dead. The pandemic. So many things. Got to be normal. Yeah, but I just think I really do believe we have some more upside tomorrow. And it's rare for me to be this optimistic, so I don't want to get, like I said, too hyped. But I do believe that there's more optimistic. There's more green on the way. Not financial advice, but I do believe that we are going to see more upside in GameStop and AMC. Um, how big? I don't know. I would love to see this thing just gamma rip and just go. You know what I mean? I think everyone would love that, but you just never know. That's what's up. Go back to some of these comments. See what we got here. What's up, Cameron? Carl, what's up? Carl says won't stop buying, can't stop. This is how it is, man. It's just one of those things. Like I said, it's like a daily. I've talked about this before. Like, instead of buying my coffee in the morning, it's like buying a share of AMC, or a share of GameStop. GameStop is a little more expensive, obviously. So sometimes, like, man, I don't judge people, because I know a lot of people were talking about, I bought 10,000 shares today. And I'm over here like, shit, I bought point 0.1. You know what I mean? But that shit adds up, especially as long as this play's been going. Um, GameStop, I try to add point 0.1, point 0.2, point 0.5, one share, two shares. Just depends on the day, really. You know what I mean? Um, but looking at the account today, watching it just boost, I thought, man, I really wish I would have just. There was a few plays I'm in, like, the SPY or Nasdaq, those safe plays that I've been throwing money into as well, and I'm like, damn. Now I see why some people were just like, throw it all into GameStop. You know what I mean? Um, but as long as I've been around and doing these same plays, um, they've always had this happen: volatility, volatility, volatility. They kind of die out and lay down for a while. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I think June, May, June has been historically where they run. I'm not saying it's always going to happen like that, but just looking at the past, previous, um, it's just always kind of done that. I remember last year, rest in peace to my mom, but I do remember last year around this time she passed away, and my mind wasn't all the way there because I was obviously mourning the loss of my mom. But I was looking at the stock market then too, and I just remember seeing it run, and I'm like, damn, it's crazy. Um, And then I started thinking back, like the year before that, it was this time of year. The year before that, it was this time of year. So obviously they can change things, and you get too comfortable knowing things, they could switch it up on you. But Clutch Hutch says June 2nd is the anniversary. It's true. So we're right. What was today? I don't even know what the day is. We're close. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate it. Yes. My mom, I will say, she was one of the only people that was like, AMC, yeah, it's gonna pop. I know it's gonna happen. I believe it's gonna happen. So like, out of most of my family, I'll tell them about this shit. They're just like, maybe she just said it so she should hear me stop talking. I don't know. She's like, yeah, cool. It's gonna win. It's gonna rip. Let me go back here. Sorry, I'm looking back at some of these messages here. AMC. Yeah, I mean, I think we're all in kind of the same boat. We've all been here a while. It's kind of hard to explain to people why you're still in this stock. I think most of us know what your why is, and some people are just here. Yeah, for sure. Definitely, that's on the list for sure. Once thing pops, get it nice and bam. You know what I mean? But I think like you always got to remember, what's your why. Why are you in this for? For me, it's for a better opportunity for myself, my family, my kids' kids, and a lot of people are just stuck. A lot of people are wanting to sell, but they just can't sell at a loss. So that's one thing to watch too. Once this thing pops, and if it ever does pop, I'm not saying it's going to, but if it does pop and we start hitting around 10, 15, it's going to get a little rocky, because you're going to get a lot of people that are going to just be like, fuck, I'm out finally. And I think they're going to be the ones that would probably regret it if it hits 50, 60, 70, 80 for AMC, 90, 100,000. Fuck, I don't know. Let's go back to the $10,000 days. I like shit, please. Can you imagine? Obviously, I don't think personally AMC is going to hit that high. I know there was a big deal about brackets before I kind of started coming up with bracket ideas just off the top. But I don't really have a bracket or a price range anymore at this point. There's too many moving parts, man. Once this thing starts ripping, and you can kind of see the volatility, and you got to look at who's buying, who's selling, who's shorting, who's covering. All those things are going to take into play. But I do believe that it definitely has the potential to jump all-time highs. I'll just say that. GameStop, the same. Barring they don't take our buy button again or some shit. But I think people have learned too. I think if you take the buy button at this point, most people know at this point, like, oh, the buy button's gone. Doesn't mean I sell. It means I fucking wait till that buy button comes back and buy some more of them. Buy. Shit. Whew. All right. Calm down. Calm down, little fella. Oh, man. I also, I don't know. There's other plays out there. Like I said, I don't really want to get into them right now, because right now I'm not trying to go against what it is. Right now it's AMC, GameStop, and the rest is kind of secondary to me. You know what I mean? It's like going to a Mexican restaurant and ordering chicken nuggets. What the fuck? What the fucks? Why'd you order the chicken nuggets, man? Like, you know what I mean? Even my kids do that shit. My kids don't do that shit, but if they did, fuck, I don't know what I would do. But it wouldn't be good. Shit. I'll throw my neck out. If you see me in a neck brace tomorrow, I'll just fucking know. I was hyped tonight. Yeah. Clutch Hutch says the wells will jump in when retail starts jumping out, like you said. That's when it'll really rip. That's the thing is too, is people don't kind of consider that aspect of it. A lot of wells can jump in on a run and just decide, hey man, even if it's sitting at $20, I'll sell at 25. Whatever the case is, it's gonna also cause another boop, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be fucking crazy, all right? Crazy shit. Exactly. Kutch says they got money to spend even when it hits 50. You got that type of money. A lot of people do. I know people personally that do. You know what I mean? That It's crazy because I had one dude that had some money the other day that wanted to jump into the stock market, and he's like, "What would you do if you had, 20 grand just to throw in?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't really want to tell you what to do with your money." He's like, "Well, what would you do if it was your money?" I said, "Well, if I had 20 grand just to blow right now, it would go directly into GameStop and AMC. I might sprinkle some in there into some other plays, but just because what I was looking at, the way the charts were looking, that's probably what I'd do. But I don't know for sure. Fuck, I'm not a financial advisor. What am I supposed to do?" And this shit hit. He didn't wind up doing that. He was like, "Oh yeah, GameStop, AMC, cool." Now he's probably looking at me like, "God damn, that boy got some sauce." I don't know if he's saying that. He's like 80. He's probably not saying that. uh, but yeah, hopefully tomorrow's a great day, man. I'm looking forward to more green. Um, like I said, the potential's there. We just got to keep riding that wave, up and down, all around. I'm in it. You know what I mean? I don't see myself selling any of these shares until it's just I can say it till I'm black and blue till it's life changing money. If I see 10, 20, 30 grand, it's dope. Yeah, cool. But that's not what I came for. You know what I mean? I can make that shit and another plays and long term. I wouldn't want to be that dude that sold and made like 20 racks and then like, God damn, I could have made like 2 mil. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of my thoughts on it. But obviously, it's your money. $20,000 to some people could be a life changing event. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to downplay any of that. I've been in those positions before too, where shit, $100 could change my life right now. You know what I mean? Take me to Jack in the Box. Oh, get the buttery Jack with the butter and Swiss cheese. You ever take a bite of a buttery Jack? You motherfuckers, that's so good. I took a bite the other day. My wife is not letting me order them. The other day, she just fucking said, "Fuck it." I guess she's sick of my shit. Maybe hopes I have a heart attack. I don't know. But I got a buttery Jack the other day, and it's like you could feel the warmth dripping down your lip. That shit sounds suspicious, doesn't it? And it's live. I can't take that shit back. Fucking buttery Jack, so goddamn good. I fucking risk it all for you, buttery Jack. The bacon, Swiss. Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. I used to I used to hate Jack in the Box, but my local Jack in the Box, they're on point, man. The girls don't know English very good, and I don't know Spanish, even though I'm half Mexican. But they'll be like, "Hey, Yambo Yak, and check uno más," and I'm just like, "Yeah, yep, that's," and the buttery Jack, And I start for some reason I start talking with an accent, even though I don't have an accent. I'm like, "Yeah, one the Yambo Yak, large fry." They don't have bacon potato wedges no more. Man, I really got sidetracked, didn't I? Fuck. Anyways, let's squeeze. That's all I'm saying. That's not really what I was saying, but what I was trying to say is my Jack in the Box was taken over by Hispanic women, and they fucking make those buttery jacks so good, so fucking good. I think I'm gonna leave and go get one right now. I'm gonna take some money. I'm gonna take probably a share off the table of GameStop that I was gonna buy tomorrow. I was gonna buy 5 shares. I'm gonna have to buy 4 because I gotta get a buttery jack. Damn, I'm really sidetracked. You probably shouldn't watch my videos live. If you came here for some financial advice or some fucking knowledge about what's going to happen, you got nothing. I'm sorry. I threw my neck out talking about buttery jacks. But more upside, more green in my position, my personal opinion. Looking at the charts, how they are, the way things are set up, I do think we see more green. I think the shorts are in trouble. Um, they can always weasel their way out, it seems like, but I think we're getting to the point where it's like, God damn, how much more can they weasel out? Not much. I think they're getting into that spot, man. It's getting tight. Got to hang tight, man. If a cop ever tells you that, run. Don't run. Actually, you know what? You got to be careful what you say. People will be taking that shit literally. Like, he said run from the. Don't run from the cops. Okay, it's bad. You don't want to do that. Don't do things that would make you have to run from the cops. Fucking just invest wisely and shit. I don't know. I'm about to go to Jack in the Box. You know, I'm gonna start a diet tomorrow, so I got a little bit of time before midnight. Is it? What time is it? I don't know what time it is. But yeah, feeling good, man. It's just a good day. It's a good day. It's always nice to have some positivity in the community, man. Like it or not, we're stuck together, man. We're fucking stuck together, and I'm one of the dumbasses you have to watch. Rather be a smartass than a dumbass. All right, man. I'm getting real serious because this fucking shirt's getting buttoned up. I'm going to Jack in the Box. Then go see the Yumbo Yak ladies. Fucking tear it up. That's it, man. More green tomorrow? I hope so. I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor, but I would if I was a gambling man, I'm probably guessing we're gonna see more green. Have a good day. Be blessed. Oh fuck, I made $0 in tips. Motherfuckers, I wanted a jumbo jack. That was what I was hinting at, probably. Like, can I just get a jumbo jack? Can I get a cheeseburger? Shit. Nah, I'm chilling, man. I don't do this shit for tips. The fuck I look like. $2. Ah, thank you, man. I got my $2 tip. Thank you. Now I can fucking leave peacefully and stuff. Begging and shit. I just post up with a cup. Jumbo Jack, fucking Jack in the Box fry cup. Spare some penny, governor. Spare some change, governor. All right, man. I'm for real. I'm going to jump up out of here. Hopefully you guys had a great day, man. Hopefully we see some more of that. The hype is back. Shit. Sorry for yelling. Have a good day. Be blessed. Let's get rich soon. Peace.